The Lord be with you. A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Mark. Jesus summoned the 12 and said to them, "You know that those who are recognized as rulers over the Gentiles lord it over them, and their great ones make their authority over them felt. It shall not be so among you. Rather, whoever wishes to be great among you will be your servant. Whoever wishes to be the first among you will be the slave of all. For the Son of Man did not come to serve, but to be served, and to give his life as a ransom for many." The Gospel of the Lord. At the end of a very long day on Tuesday, a woman named Betty Wilgus came to me and said, "You look really tired. You must have had a really long day." Betty told me that her husband Joe had been going through all kinds of troubles in his life, physical troubles, and needed prayers, and she wanted prayers. Her mother, Beverly Whitvoit, runs the food pantry over at St. Anne's. They had the food pantry this morning over at the parish. And whenever I get the great haul of food, they end up being the beneficiaries of such a great haul. So when the Poor Clares called me and said to me on Tuesday morning, "Could you drive back up with a pickup truck to pick up some food and a couple chairs we had?" I said, "Absolutely." And I wanted to take care of the Poor Clares. I know what they're trying to do, and essentially they've been helping us out tremendously without ever visiting this community at all. They have given us loads of pictures, loads of foods, loads of statues, loads of furniture. Yasmin Lozano had said to me, "Is the Poor Clare Convent closing that they have to give so much away?" And I said, "No, it's actually just the opposite, because they're the only group in this diocese, the only religious community that's growing. They have run out of room in their house, so they're trying to part with as much of their furniture and things that they can so they can make room for the new postulants that are entering the convent." So Mother Maria Benedicta had said to me, "Could you come with a pickup truck to pick up a few things to bring back to the parishes?" And I said, "That's fine." But I know Mother Maria, so instead of getting a pickup truck, I rented a 10-foot U-Haul. I got to have stock in U-Haul the way this thing works. I get U-Haul trucks so many times because I know what the sisters are going to do to me. So I get the U-Haul truck, a 10-footer. I drive up to Minooka from here, where the sisters told me, "We have a few more items that we thought we were going to give you, and since you got a U-Haul truck, we're going to give them to you now." So it was not just the mother load of food. It was church benches, church kneelers, church pictures. They were giving me tables and chairs and desks and lamps and enough furniture that I took a look at all of it, and I said to the sisters, "You expect me to load this all into my truck?" You realize that as a Catholic priest, I practically use none of my skills at the seminary for what I really do out in the parishes. Plumbing and heating, electricity and furniture moving and all those kind of things. So here I am with a dolly trying to get all this furniture into the truck. Now there is a person over that goes to John Paul II for Latin Mass. His name is Joel. Joel happened to be there with the proprietor of the place named Russell Parent. Joel and Russell realized that I had loaded half the truck when they decided that they might want to help me with this. In fact, one of the nuns, in a rainy day, on a bad day, in her bare feet, crossed across the street, one of the major roads in Minooka, to go get these two gentlemen as I halfway loaded the truck. So they came in and they helped me finish loading the truck, and we brought the haul to end all hauls to stick it into the garage, at which time I had a few people here waiting for me that unloaded the truck. All the furniture went in one day. All the food, all the furniture. This happens all the time. In fact, Sam's Club didn't realize that they had not sent us all of the chairs that are downstairs. So in addition to all of that, they brought another 12 chairs, which I brought down the stairs. So by the time I got done on Tuesday night, my back was absolutely killing me. This is not something they taught me about at the seminary. Furniture moving, furniture hauling. And then Nick Skokna called me and then my potato chip guy, and he says there may be a chance that this week on Tuesday that I may need to bring a 20-foot truck to bring 5 pallets of chips back to the parishes here at the parish. Because, I have nothing better to do than go on a chip run and all that kind of stuff. And that's part of the life. So then I also had to deal with my dirty car. I had to deal with Sylvia Tejada. Sylvia Tejada has been sending me out, as I have told you, to all kinds of places in this area to go do house blessings and go do special services for wedding anniversaries and quinceañeras. I get on these dirt roads. I've told you this before, that my car is a mess. They had a statue of Our Lady of Guadalupe that they are now processing around the Pembroke Township for 9 days before it makes its way over here so that it can be processed in this area for another 9 days, because this is part of the customs and traditions of the people who live in the area. So because she is doing this, she is also bringing to me all these families that want to have their kids baptized, all these families that their kids want quinceañeras. As a result, our RCI process, Mary Jo and Bailey Boykin, if you habla español, you would have 24 students in RCIA this year, and I looked it up. In 2022, we had 29 baptisms. 2023, we had 42 baptisms, and this year, with 2 months to go, we have 32 baptisms, with another baptism I have to do at St. Anne's tomorrow at 9 o'clock in the morning. This is getting really tiring for the priest to do one baptism after another in a community that's supposed to be the peripheries of the Joliet Diocese, where nothing is supposed to be happening. Then comes the online masses. I have been touting with you that we have put over 600 videos online of the online masses. I have recorded all the masses, with the exception of the Christmas ones, through February 2nd, 2025. It takes me an hour to record them. It takes me 3 hours to produce them. That's 4 hours of mass times 600 videos. You figure out the math there. I do all these masses, and you have no idea who you affect in this world. Got a letter this week from a person named Kyle. I sent this out and put it on Facebook. Good morning, Father Pete. I hope you are well. I have watched your online Mass for the 27th Sunday in Ordinary Time and meant to write you. Today I watched the online Mass for the 28th Sunday in Ordinary Time. Now, in its peak, we were getting 2,500, 3,000 views. Nowadays, it's less than 50. I know that you're up to 600 videos. What an awesome accomplishment. I looked back, and I wrote to you in 2021. I have watched most every Mass, if not all, and I've enjoyed the extra videos you have put out. I enjoyed the mission videos from Father Tom a few years ago. I wanted to let you know that you and the Bordertown parishes have encouraged me. So I went to college at Niagara University, and the Vincentians, as you know, encourage service. My uncle, who was a Vincentian priest, was a terrific model. During COVID, I found your Masses and others online. These Masses helped me stay connected to my faith, but also showed me that I could attend Mass daily watching online. My faith continued to grow, and I felt a stronger call to service. Currently, because of all of this, I am now in my second year of formation to become a deacon in the Diocese of Buffalo. I tell everyone about how nice it is to watch a Mass before Sunday so you can have an exposure to the gospel, and different homilies make you think. It's great to see all the good works that the Bordertown parishes do. We need to see more examples of growth and good work, but that only comes when people are inspired to learn and live the faith. This is what you do. You keep people connected through the online Mass. You show what good works the church needs to do so that she can be recognized. I will continue to keep you in prayers, and I will continue to pray for the Bordertown parishes. Keep up the good work, Father Pete. Sincerely, Kyle. Got a call from the University of St. Francis. I guess they think I'm bored and I need to teach more university courses. They want me to add another Hispanic ministry course to my schedule. They said, I know that less than 3% of the ordained clergy in the United States are Hispanic, but we've got no one else, and we would like to offer more courses in Hispanic ministry. Can you offer another course? I said to them that I really think, based on what we had at our parish picnic with Michelle Valencia and Anna Jakubiak, taking those experiences and bringing them back to the university, that maybe we can do a course on faith and practice in the Hispanic model, because I have learned in my experience that when the homilies become practical, when they become not just something that goes over your heads, but something that stays in your hearts, that's when people respond. That's when we have more baptisms and weddings and quinceañeras. We have very few funerals. This parish is trending young. We are getting lots of families to show up. And I said, if we get families to be invested, and if we get the students invested, and if the students realize how good it can be to be a Catholic living the faith, then all kinds of wonderful things can happen at the university and at the parish level as well. Look, when I was in the seminary, I served as a maitre d' for all the seminary functions. I was Cardinal Joseph Bernadine's personal waiter over at his cottage, where I would serve the meals for him and the dignitaries of life. I was a dignitary when Mother Angelica came, and I had to be her personal escort, pushing off all the other nuns because she was the star of the day. I found out that this really inspires my life more than anything else. I don't like the big parties. I don't like the big socials. I don't like the cocktail things. I used to serve for the National Conference of Bishops in Washington, D.C., if you want me to do the name dropping, for 3 years when I was studying philosophy. To me, if you want to get to heaven, you must not be served, but to serve and to give your life as a ransom for many. You want the church to grow? You sacrifice yourself for your kids, your grandkids, your spouses, your community, the people of this area. If it's going to work, you have to really believe what we say in the diaconate. Believe what you read, teach what you believe, practice what you teach. There was a gentleman named Todd Bly who just received the ministry of acolyte at Our Lady of Mercy Church in Aurora, Illinois, where I previously served. There is a priest in West Chicago, Illinois, named Andrew Buchanan, who used to be one of my students at the University of St. Francis when I was teaching 10, 15 years ago. The little things lead to the big things. The little things lead to people thinking about a vocation to the priesthood and religious life, which I would encourage people to really think about and to pass on to the students of the next generation. If we want this to continue, we have to sacrifice, we have to suffer, but most of all, we have to be merciful. We need to share this love and share this experience and share our lives in God's name with the people that we meet. This is our prayer.